and I've been burned to death, froze to death, beat to death.
John Mims survived hell on Earth 57 years ago during the first months of World War II. John Mims and 10,000 other American soldiers were taken prisoner after a long and horrific fight. It was the Philippines, a place called Bataan. Japanese soldiers defeated the Americans, then forced them to march for days, weeks, without food or water.
They didn't let you rest. They harassed you 24 hours a day.
So many died, it became known as the Bataan Death March. A Japanese soldier told John,
"This is supposed to be the March of Death. Y'all not supposed to make it."
New Mexico, the White Sands Missile Range. Soldiers and civilians from around the world pay tribute to the Bataan survivors. This grueling 25-mile run through the desert is called the Bataan Memorial Death March.
How's it going so far?
Good, everything's going good.
Feeling great. How far along are you?
Oh, about 14 miles into it.
People from the Ozarks ran with the 2,500 others, among them a Missouri National Guard sergeant. He's John Mims' son.
He's a hero in my eyes, and well, he's my dad. What can I say, you know?
Alan Mims and other Missourians honor the survivors this way. It is an exhausting ordeal. Many end up injured, blistered, sunburned, and dehydrated.
Still in there.
In the Philippines, in World War II, John Mims lived through terror, starvation, and savage abuse. In the first days of the march, a Japanese soldier knocked out John's front teeth with a bottle. The bottle broke in his mouth.
The pain was out of this world.
Hundreds, then thousands died. If they didn't have the strength to keep walking, and if they fell, their captors shot or stabbed them.
And sometimes it seemed like that you was gonna die standing up.
Well, I was raised hearing these stories of the atrocities that the Japanese army put the guys through. I see a tear in his eye every now and then because I know that he's thinking back on the guys that didn't make it.
After the forced march, John Mims endured 4 years in POW camps. He was beaten time after time.
But after the first 15 minutes that I was beat, just like as if everything in my body left and I was up there, I could see an angel working for me, but I couldn't feel no pain.
Cramps, bad cramps, real bad cramps.
Alan Mims crosses the finish line with his Missouri teammates.
That was a rough one.
His father was there to greet him.
I'm doing pretty
I
good.
bet he's doing better than I am.
The first aid tent was busy. Dehydration, blisters, sores. When John Mims and the other Bataan survivors were freed at the end of World War II, they could barely walk.
The grace of the good Lord is what's kept me alive so far today.
In a ceremony at the end of the commemorative march, Bataan survivors.
Anybody that'll try to understand what we went through, I think the people have got hearts of gold that's doing it. If the good Lord willing and takes a liking to me, I'll be back next year.